Something big is happening in the markets right now, and most people don't even see it. Gold just hit another record high, and if you've been paying attention, that's not random. It's a signal, a quiet one, but a powerful one. Every time gold makes a move like this, it's telling us something about where confidence is shifting, and smart investors in the US are starting to notice. It's not about panic, it's about preparation, because when the financial winds change, those who act early usually come out stronger. We've seen this before, moments when assets start realigning, when opportunity hides behind volatility, and when the ones who understand the pattern get ahead of it. So if you've been wondering why gold's climbing, what it means for your investments, and how to position yourself for what's next, stay right here. Because the signs are clear, and those who understand them now will own the advantage later. When markets start to move in strange ways, most people panic. But real investors? They pause, they watch. They read the signs that everyone else ignores. Gold's surge isn't just a headline, it's a conversation starter. It's the market's way of saying, pay attention. Because when gold rises this sharply, it's rarely about excitement. It's about transition. It means the flow of money is changing direction. Quietly, but fast. And that's where the smart money starts to look differently at risk. Instead of chasing short-term profits, they start building long-term balance. They shift from asking, what's hot right now, to what's safe when everything cools down. This is the kind of moment where discipline matters more than emotion, where diversification isn't just a buzzword, it's survival. A solid investor in today's America isn't gambling on hype stocks or overnight trends. They're studying global patterns, currency shifts, and real-world demand. Because every movement in gold, every fluctuation in rates, every market reaction, it's all connected. It's like a map that shows where confidence is going next. And when you learn to read that map, you stop following the noise and start following opportunity. So while everyone else is arguing about what's right or wrong with the economy, the investors who stay calm, who stay informed, are quietly repositioning. They're reviewing their assets, adjusting their portfolios, adding protection where it's needed, and preparing for the next cycle before it even begins. Because here's the truth. Wealth doesn't disappear. It just moves. And the question every American investor should be asking right now is simple. Am I moving with it, or waiting until it's too late? The smartest investors in America know one truth. The market never moves without reason. Every rise, every dip, every shock, it all has a pattern. And those who learn to recognize those patterns early, they don't just survive, they grow. Gold's recent climb is more than a headline. It's part of a larger movement. When capital starts flowing toward safety, it's not a warning. It's a signal to rebalance, to step back, breathe, and reevaluate your foundation. Because the way to protect wealth isn't by running from risk, it's by understanding it. That's why the most experienced investors aren't chasing fast profits right now. They're looking at value, real value, the kind that holds steady when everything else starts to wobble. Some are diversifying into hard assets, precious metals, commodities, real estate with real demand. Others are adjusting their portfolios to include companies with strong balance sheets, stable cash flow, and long-term resilience. It's not about fear, it's about foresight. You see, in moments like these, wealth doesn't vanish. It transfers, from the impulsive to the patient, from those who react to those who plan. And if you pay attention, you'll see that shift happening in real time. Billion-dollar funds rebalancing their exposure, private investors moving into tangible value, ordinary Americans quietly learning how to protect what they've earned. That's the quiet revolution happening beneath the noise, a shift from speculation to strategy. Because investing isn't about guessing where the next big win will come from. It's about positioning yourself where time works in your favor, where your decisions compound even when markets hesitate, where your capital isn't just chasing returns, it's building freedom. So before you make your next move, ask yourself, what's my strategy for the next wave? Am I chasing momentum, or am I building endurance? Because in a world that changes this fast, only one thing stays constant: the power of a plan that's built to last. Every market tells a story, but only a few people learn to listen deeply enough to understand it. Because investing isn't just about money. It's about mindset. It's about how you think when the world starts to shake, how you act when the crowd panics, and how you stay grounded when everything around you feels uncertain. The truth is, great investors aren't born. They're built. They're built through patience, discipline, and the ability to wait when everyone else rushes. They don't need constant excitement because they know the power of stillness. They study trends, not tweets. They trust data, not noise. And most importantly, they trust their process. When markets rise too fast, they don't celebrate too soon. When markets fall, they don't freeze. They look for opportunity, not comfort, because they understand that volatility isn't the enemy. Emotion is. That's the difference between those who watch the wave and those who ride it. Most people react. They see the news. They feel fear. They move money without a plan. But the seasoned investor sees the same chaos and stays calm. Because they know. When emotion enters the room, logic leaves quietly. That calm mindset, that quiet control, that's what separates success from struggle. It's about building habits, not hype. It's about reading before reacting, planning before purchasing, and thinking before trading. It's the difference between chasing fast cash and building lasting wealth. And here's what most people miss. The smartest investors in America don't always have the biggest accounts. They have the clearest vision. They see time as their partner, not their competition. They understand that wealth isn't built in weeks. It's built in seasons. They also know when to pause. Because sometimes, the best move you can make in the market is to wait, to let your strategy breathe, to let patience do what panic never will, create clarity. And when you carry that mindset, when you stop reacting and start responding, you don't just invest money. You invest wisdom. You build the kind of financial confidence that no chart, no crisis, no headline can shake. That's what separates the watchers from the winners. And in this moment, right now, that difference has never mattered more. Every generation faces a turning point, a moment when the old way of thinking no longer fits the new reality. And right now, this is that moment. The signs are all around us. Gold breaking records, markets reshaping, confidence shifting. These aren't random events. They're signals. And how you respond to them will define what comes next for you. Because opportunity doesn't knock, it whispers. And only those paying attention hear it in time. So maybe this is the time to pause, to rethink your strategy, to get intentional about your future. Maybe it's time to stop chasing trends and start building foundations. You don't need to predict the next big move. You just need to prepare for it. Because success in investing isn't about being lucky, it's about being ready. And readiness starts here, in the way you think, the way you plan, and the way you protect what truly matters. So, if you've been watching from the sidelines, now's your moment to step forward. Educate yourself, diversify, learn how to make your money work in a world that's constantly changing. Because the truth is, the future won't wait. It's already moving. And the question isn't if it will change, it's whether you'll move with it. So stay aware, stay focused, and stay prepared. Because smart investors don't fear the storm. They learn how to sail through it. You're not late. You're just on time. If you start now,